Okay, day 2, trip 2, technically 3, because I stayed in the parking lot yesterday and went back in, had to get a different socket. So technically trip 3 to Home Depot. And today I think I'm just gonna get some Reflectix. First I didn't know if that T went on there when I was searching for it, so I searched for it without the T and then realized it had a T. And I'm gonna take out the carpet and lay the Reflectix while I keep pondering what I'm going to do and watch videos on how to do the bed platform. One of the videos that I watched referenced a really good woodworker, and his handle, so I'm gonna watch some of his stuff and learn how to do pocket joints or pocket holes, whatever they're called, with that weird little tool. So I may buy that tool today too, because I know it's a special tool to be able to drill the holes at the right angle, so that they're all sealed in and hidden, everything beautiful. And I still have to get this off, the one that I stripped. Still have to get him off, but I haven't even tried yet. But I did bring a drill so that I can do that. So let's go. So I saw these fire alarms, smoke detectors, and carbon monoxide combo ones, right? So I picked it up and I was reading them back, and I was like, we recommend using both the isoelectric and, photo blah blah blah, the photoelectric and iso whatever it is. So I was reading it, it's like, we recommend this. We recommend that you do that, but nowhere on there does it say that it does both. So this guy comes up to me, because I'm obviously I look confused, because I'm looking at these two, and I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference? Does it do it? And I'm like, do you know anything about this specifically? Of course, he didn't know. And he's like, I think you should get one that makes you feel most comfortable. I'm like, I'm probably gonna Google it to make sure it does, and it doesn't. It only does the photoelectric. So just because it mentions something in the description on packaging, packaging can be deceiving. It doesn't mean anything. The Brita filters say it only really says that it changes the flavor of the water. It doesn't really say what that it actually cleans the water, and it doesn't. It doesn't remove any particles, and that fire alarm would not have saved me from the small particle detections of fire that can grow into a big fire quickly. Do your research. Also, I got my Reflectix. Okay, so I got the Reflectix. I got 2 different sizes, a 16-inch width and one that's 24, and the one that's 24 will definitely reach this width around here. So right now I'm only going to be able to get part of it done because I'm not home to be able to take out the driver's seat, but I have to take out the driver's seat and maybe the center console to be able to get the whole carpet out. But ideally, I don't really want carpet. I have 4 cats, a rabbit, and a dog. Carpet will be extremely unmanageable, especially with my habits. But sweeping stuff, I can do that. I can handle dealing with that. So I found a couple different options. It was weird because I actually saw some runners that were really pliable, that maybe even if I put down another layer of insulation, because upon peeling this back, you can see here that it does have some foam and padding in it. So I'm interested to see, and this is kind of the same material, it's a little thicker. Also, for random inside maples, I saw turf, fake turf, but I just need a little bit, so I don't think that I'd end up getting that because I have to get too much of it. But I'm looking for affordability, and ultimately I would want something that's one piece like this, So the runner probably wouldn't work because I'd have to piece it together. And when you piece stuff together, usually even if you use tape, like the tape peels a little bit in spots, and I don't like that stuff. It really grosses me out. So if I got one sheet of something that was flexible and I could mold to the surface like the carpet, but that isn't carpet, then I can just put it back in one piece. I can even recreate all of the same insulation padding areas that they created. Because it's basically a perfect mold. So that's my idea. And so far I've popped off all but this corner, which you won't be able to see me do because my okay. And then I want to take these pieces out. This piece, this little box, because I saw one guy who took them out and used that, cut the wood small enough so that it would go in there as a support. And that would be, it's part of its support beam attaching here. So let's get this puppy out. And these are actually pretty easy. They're just like a flexible rubber. Carpet over here is a bit tighter. It's turning. I kind of mangled one. It's kind of a plastic. It kind of is like a hard plastic. Okay. And then I need to clean more because upon pulling this up, I see all of the other gross stuff. And I wasn't gonna take off. There's two little black hubs on either side because it seemed like it was just covering something, but this side it doesn't really seem like it's covering something, and there's some usable space that I could have. So we'll see. I may take it off. It's held underneath of it, so I have to peel it out. Success. This is kind of thick too. I know it's real squishy, but it is kind of thick. That's really hard, and it's a little thinner. So I was looking at the insulation, the foam insulation, and thinking that it would be too thick to do, but it may not be. So we'll have to see about that. Oh yeah, this is the other door. It's hooked around. To peel this piece back, which comes off real easy, and he's like in his own section, just in between the two. Because I'm thinking about so much stuff to do with this space over here. Like there's just so much space down here. It's insane. I don't think I'm putting the passenger seat back in. Like I get it, it'd be nice to travel with one person for a little while. So I'm gonna have to think about it. It'd be nice. It'd be very difficult. I'm thinking about how to be able to do it, but it'd be very difficult to like make this piece removable. So for it to be able to hold the passenger seat, you figure then I only have this area because I'd push the seat up the whole way. The rack would fit to here. It goes a little bit farther, so the rack would go to there. So I'd only have this amount of space. So this whole thing and that little shape down there all would have to be able to be removable. I'm just not sure about it yet. I'm just not sure. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I have gotten all of this front pulled back, took both of these pieces off, and now I'm stuck here, and I have the tools in the back, so I may pull it out of its anchoring and get this pulled back, but then I can definitely tell that I'm going to need to take the center console out, and I know there's wiring in here, because there's an aux cable and a cigarette lighter outlet there. So I'll have to figure that out. And I keep forgetting to film sideways one of these days, man. So task 2 will be, now I'll just be cleaning because I'm going to be delivering for the rest of the night. So I'll just be cleaning and thinking, my favorite. And then tomorrow morning before I work again, I will take the driver's seat out. It's like I'm wondering, I'm like, should I pull it all out? Should I cut it into 2 pieces? And it's like, no, I should definitely pull it out in 1 piece. But it's like, should I pull it out before I'm ready to completely lay the floor? I guess so. I fucking guess so, you know? So I guess I'll spend tonight looking at floors. But honestly, like, I won't know the full measurement of it until I get it out. It'll just be a guess. So, take it out, measure it, after I find out what I want. Get it ordered. Maybe I just have to take it out, measure it, and set it back in so that I can put the seat back in. Because I'm going to be driving it this whole time, you know? Driving it while I'm renovating it, so I can still make money. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna push you back on your, where you go. You can see, like, I'm 5'8", so like I have to bend over, but it's not bad. I can still like stand up a little. And here I can completely sit up. So I want to try and preserve a seat somewhere that's not just the front seat, where I can sit and put my feet on the ground. Because I do want to like optimize like floor space, and I saw this one plan. He had it set up pretty interesting so that it optimized how much floor space he had, which is ideally, like, my pets need places to play. So I do need storage though, so I gotta think about it. And I've been making drawings with dimensions of like the center console area. There's a little drawer underneath the center console. When I take it out, we'll have to see. I'll probably put it back in just because it has, you know, that outlet, the aux, the cup holders. I don't think I'll use this back cup holder anymore. I'll probably block him off. I've really never used him in the past, except for extra drinks that just end up getting spilled. It doesn't feel very cold back here. I don't know why. This carpet is filthy. I'm gross. I even scrubbed a little bit, but man, I don't know. It's gonna need like a hose down. Maybe they charge less when it's all like taken apart, like a deconstructed car detail. Everything's in pieces. Like, here's my seat, here's my back seat. You just have to like hose them off. You don't have to deal with being bent over inside the car. You get to do it standing up at your leisure. I'm sure they'd enjoy that. Okay. I've been keeping all my receipts. I'm starving. I'm gonna like fall over and hunger. I didn't have my car turned on the whole way. My storage was full because I hadn't deleted my recently deleted yet. These are delicious. These are delicious. I don't enjoy having to have a bunch of processed stuff, but it's necessary to keep things that last for a while, and perishables, non-perishables and perishables. So I do my best. And sometimes, you know, you can't help it. I never saw that guy again to tell him it only did photoelectric, because, you know, he may have not, but he could have looked at me like I was a little cray-cray, saying, you know, it says that you should have both, but it doesn't explicitly say that it does both. I'm like, so that leads me to believe that it doesn't. You know, tell him, like, show him that it wasn't crazy, like it only does photoelectric. It says so right on their website, like right under the specifications. It's like, what kind it does photoelectric, boom. Things, guys, it's okay. It's like, I could say it's anxiety, but like overthinking, but it's really like, it's all of the things. You don't need to put a name on it though. I think it's just like being human, making sure that we're all trying to form to the right social norms and be part of society, because, you know, we like communities. We're a community-based species. Like fish. Okay, talk to you later. Well, I have found out that there are no aftermarket. First, I found out that there are aftermarket vinyl floorings that are custom molded to your car's base. What I also found out was they don't have any molded frame for the Prius. And the Prius chats talk about someone got and replaced the carpet just from someone selling their used one, and so I could find it like a salvage yard. That doesn't guarantee that it'll be nicer. And then it's still carpet. So I might do something else. And then I'm like thinking, like, is there just vinyl shrink wrap that I can put on top of it? So maybe I'll go back to my first thought. I just want it to be easily cleanable. I want to be able to easily clean it. I hold it. Or I gotta hide it so that it doesn't ever get down there because gross. So I'll definitely put down the Reflectix, but I may just put this back on top of the Reflectix. Maybe I'll hose it off and scrub it. I have to do that to my other mats because they're gross. Pay for someone to detail them for me. They have like rubber floor kits and like universal fit rubber floor kits, so that's still an option. With some insulation stuffed in there. Maybe some foam or something.